thank you for joining me. I'm Liz Wright at Liz at Home, and I'm very grateful that you've joined me today. I've been tagged in a ParaOlympics colouring tag. I was very kindly tagged by Chronic Colouring Down Under, dear Sara there, and I've taken a while to actually get to this tag because we went away for a while, which was so lovely. But I'm back now and I'm going to be doing the tag. This little picture is just a watercolor I did, and got nothing to do with this here. I just wanted you to have something to look at while I said hello. I tried a sponge technique actually on the leaves in the background, and I'm quite pleased with how it came out. I'm just playing with silhouettes and skies and things, and if you'd like me to do another watercolor sky and silhouette, I absolutely love doing them. I messed the edges up on this one, been trying to fix them with gouache but not been successful as yet. Anyway, let me get down to this ParaOlympics tag. I've printed out all the questions here, and I personally haven't watched the Paralympics, and I didn't watch much of the Olympics either. I'm not really a sport person, so this is all to do with colouring though, so it's absolutely fine. The first question is the open ceremony. What country are you rooting for? Where do you live? So let me get this out of the way. I live in South Africa, and so I would be rooting for South Africa. And to represent South Africa, I thought I would show this book by Monique Day Wild, who's a South African artist. It's called Country Daydreams, and I love it. It's a little book. If I put this, which I think many of you have, a Color Questopia book next to it, and I put this here, you can see how small it is, sort of A5 or 6x9 type of size. It's available on Amazon actually. I don't know how it's printed on Amazon, if it's Amazon paper. I bought this printed in South Africa on okay cardstock, fairly smooth. But what made me think of South Africa, there are two pictures in here. One that I did, we like to go on holiday up the west coast, and this looks very much like the places up the west coast with the little fishermen's cottages and the seaside, and very windy. That's in the Western Cape area of South Africa. And South Africa is quite a large country. So yes, I won't go into the geography. Then the other picture that really made me think of South Africa was this one, which is sort of typical of KwaZulu-Natal, with the African huts that you see dotted all around the countryside there. We've been to, we call it, oh, this is a very tight binding, I can't even open it. We call it KZN, KwaZulu-Natal. It was originally the home of the Zulu people, and they build these huts out of mud. They still build them and live in them, a lot of people today, and they often decorate them with these really wonderful African designs. So, and that's actually a picture I'd quite like to colour one of these days soon. If you're interested in this book or a page through it all, in case you don't know it, let me know in the comments and I'll gladly do so. So that's country I represent, South Africa. Question 2. Diving. What made you dive into colouring? Well, I think many of you know this, I used to be an opera singer, and after being an opera singer, I started teaching, and I was teaching both at a school and privately at home, and one of my adult pupils at home in 2016 arrived at her lesson with this book, Relax with Art, Colouring for Adults, and it you may have seen them. I think it's quite a popular magazine worldwide, very inexpensive in South Africa for a change. And she said, "Hi Liz, I don't know if you're into adult colouring at all, but I brought you a present." And this, I think, was number 1, yes, issue 1. And I was so delighted to receive a gift. You know me, I love presents. But I hadn't got into colouring, so with some trepidation I started this first picture. I had some Staedtler Norris pencils. I went out and bought them. And gosh, I think they must be the worst colour pencils you can have. They're so hard and scratchy, and no colour wanted to come out. And I sort of thought, gee, this is taking a long time. But I kind of quite liked it. So then I've done a lot more. You can see I sort of got into gel pens. Must have done this later because I started trying a background. I think this is the ugliest picture I've ever coloured. This was quite pretty, but only one layer of everything. More gel pens, and I'd learnt to find some sparkle in my life, which always brings me joy. Born for the stage. I'll just quickly, I won't go through the whole book, but I finished the whole book. That was another one I liked. That was another picture I liked. This was another one of the ugliest things I've ever done. Okay, so that was what got me into colouring. Where shall I put it? I'll leave it here so long. Question number 3, gymnastics. What would you flip out for if you got it? Well, I was recently gifted by dear Christy some Ohuhu skin tone markers, and it's the first time I've tried Ohuhu alcohol markers, and I love them. So I would flip out to get a set of the color markers and maybe later on the pastel markers. I really like those. So that's a flip out for thing. Tennis. What item made you go back and forth before finally buying it? My Faber-Castell polychromos. Sorry, backwards and forwards with things. I really wanted them. I'd seen all these incredible colorings that people had been doing, but they are somewhat dear, and in my mind at that stage, spending so much money on a coloring supply was too awful. But I mean, doesn't this just give you so much joy? The colors! Oh, you can see what are my favorite colors, can't you? And there's another layer. So, and the smell of them. So this was, what was the question again? The tennis, what did I go back and forth from? But then my birthday was coming up many years ago, actually now, probably about 2019 and 2018, 2019. And my hubby asked me what I wanted, and I said I would absolutely love these. So I got these. I treasure them. I'm a little bit, when I really love something, I don't use it all that often. It's kind of this afraid of using it up thing. But since those days, polychromos are more easily available in South Africa now, and you can get open stock. So the fear is not as great as it used to be. Just shows what user demand, customer demand can do to things, doesn't it? So then wrestling. What trend do you wrestle with? Trend I wrestle with is hidden object coloring books. I wrestle with it because of my own personal problems. I'm severely dyslexic, and you've no idea how many times I retype things because I do everything backwards, and my brain does not see hidden objects. I struggle with things like that. I struggle with ordinary detailed coloring pages like a Kirby Razan's page. I've never bought a Kirby Razan's book because although I absolutely love seeing other people's completed images, and I'm not trying to put those books down at all. I admire them, and the work that everybody does in them I think is wonderful, but that is a trend that I struggle with because I can't manage it, full stop. Also have very bad eyes. Marathon, what page took you the longest? There are a couple of pages that have taken me a really long time, but I think in this book, I absolutely love this book. another fantastic gift given to me by a dear sweet lady that lives in Canada, but I won't mention her name in case she doesn't wish it. A lot of effort for her to get this book to me because they weren't mailing to South Africa at the time. And I absolutely love the book, and so every time I colour in it, I very seldom just straight colour, I just want to do justice to it. And so I did this image, and I followed, and I'm very proud of the image. I actually think it turned out really well. Did it in 2019, and I followed a Chris Cheng tutorial to do this. My goodness, I think there were like 9 layers to that apple. But that is the page that has taken me the longest, but I'm very proud of it. So, love this book. Okay. What was the next question? Marathon basketball. What artist is a slam dunk for you? Hannah Lynn and 2 Hannahs. Hannah Carlson. Love them both. Love just about all the things they do, although I don't have the latest Hannah Carlson books. And I buy most of Hannah Lynn books as PDFs. It's one of the reasons that I like her stuff so much, because I can get it quite quickly and inexpensively because I download and print. I've done a lot in here, and I've completed this book. There is a page through of it on my channel. But there are many artists I really like. Surfing, what's your newest find? My newest find is Colour by Number books and Colour by Colour books, which I know are popular in the colouring community. And until I was sort of watching more and more colour tubing videos, which there were more hours in a day, I had only seen the Colouring Haven Colour by Number by George Tufexis, which are nice but a bit tricky for me, a bit small. And then I found these that I really like because the images are a nice size, and these that are fabulous with the Colour by Colour. So that's a trend that I've really found lately and love, and I'm so grateful. Never mind about enabling, I'm so grateful to having been enabled to buy them. I really like them. Synchronized Swimming, what was your favorite buddy color? I've done a number through the years with various people, but I'll mention my latest one, and this was done by Jojo Zahana, and it was in the Ink House, and it was this image. So I see the latest Colouring Heaven, well, one of the latest Colouring Heaven magazines is this guy, Rory Dobner. The images are beautiful, so if you don't have the Ink House, it's a nice, inexpensive way to get that. So that's that one, number 9. Number 10, soccer. What is one goal you have for the end of the year? Now that is actually something, let me put in something for you to look at. I'll put a mandala down for you to look at so that you don't have to stare at nothing. My goal for the end of the year is to do with my YouTube channel, and I am so grateful and so thrilled and delighted. I don't even know quite how to explain it, but I'm loving the relationships that are being built up in the channel. Especially recently, I'm getting more and more people joining that are actually interacting with me. I love that interaction. I love comments, and as you will notice, I always reply to a comment. I love the odd emails I receive. I reply to those as well. I like the community and relationships. And in December of this year, close to Christmas, the week before Christmas, my youngest son, his wife, and 2 children aged nearly 3 and just 1, very small, so 2 sons, grandchildren, will be coming to stay with us for about 5 weeks. And I at present colour in the room that they will be staying in. My house will be overrun with joy. I'm delighted they're coming, don't get me wrong, it is such a treat. But every inch that I would colour in is not going to be available. So I don't know how to film. I don't know, I won't be able to colour and I won't be able to film. And I am so afraid that I'm going to lose subscribers and I'm going to lose the sort of forward momentum that I have. So I'm going to make an attempt to film in advance just one video per week. So that would be 5 weeks, 5 extra videos. So I may from now on start, I've been doing 3 to 4 videos a week. Last week I was ill, so I was away, and then this week after I filmed for the week, I filmed in advance for the week, and then I came back and I was ill. So I was unable to upload on Wednesday, so you're only getting 2 videos from me this week. So I will be trying to, I think I'm going to get the videos from now until December to either 2 or 3 a week, and then I will upload 1 a week from the week before Christmas until probably the end of January, and then get back to normal. And I just pray for and beg your forbearance with that. Okay, so that is my goal for the end of the year. Decathlon, what are your 10 favorite books? I'm not actually going to answer that because I've got more than 10 favorite books and I just can't go there. Closing ceremony, passing the baton on. I will be doing that from my computer. I'll do it as a face on because I want to find smaller channels to pass the baton onto, because when Sandy from Colour Creatively tagged me in something, in a way she introduced me to what people are calling the colour tubers, because before then I'd just been following the big YouTube colouring channels like Colouring Queen, etc., and Colouring Bliss. I do enjoy those channels, but I was always very overwhelmed and just didn't know how to reach out and meet other people in the colouring community, because those channels are so big. They don't really have time for us small YouTubers, and as I've said before, my joy is in the community. Some of my favorite books at present, though, just I said I wasn't going to do that, is The Simple Kaleidoscopes, which I'm trying to finish. I think I've shown it before. This 50 Autumn Miniatures. This Wish You Were Here, which I recently received and I bought it, but I haven't coloured in it yet. I'm looking forward to. And Summer Nights, Summer Night. I haven't done a lot in here either. I did this one that I think I showed you in my completed pictures. I really liked. I followed somebody's YouTube thing on this watercolor background. If anybody's interested, I can try and redo something along those lines. I like that image. So I've got 3 lovely channels that I'm going to be tagging in this video for you to have a look at maybe what they turn up, and they're lovely channels that possibly you don't know. I was searching and searching for channels that I didn't know and that were not very big. I found Jade's Crafty Life, which is a lovely channel. She's got great flip throughs, she's got colour and coffee live streams, she's got a bit of crafts as well as colouring, and I hope that she's excited to be tagged and willing to do this. I'll put the link to her channel in the more information section underneath. She at the moment only has 398 subscribers, so it would be really great if you subscribe to her channel and watched her and helped her grow. Then my next channel that I'm tagging has got more subscribers. Whoopsie. That's not right. It's here. It's Michaela Rene. And she has 867 subscribers, and she seems to like a lot of the same things that I enjoy, like the Camellia Angelkova books and the Color Questopia, and she's got other things, Moving House, a bit of a vlog and things like that. So she's getting close to her 1,000 subscribers, so it would be wonderful to give her a boost as well and see whether you like her channel. I'll put the link to it in the more information. And then next we've got Kits and Caboodles, who's got more subscribers than I have. But while I was searching, I happened upon her channel and I've really liked it, and I've watched some of the videos. She does a lot of live streams as well, and some interesting things to have a look at here. So I've tagged her, and I'll put info for her channel as well, and so that you can have a look at her. So thanks once again very much for watching this video, and I wish you all a happy and colourful week. Goodbye now.